Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Ama Mama. I am out in my car today just for a change of scenery. I don't know, I guess you can kind of see it must be picking up, I don't even know what, the reflection from somewhere, but maybe my windshield, but it's raining, and so it was nice outside and I just needed to get out of my house. I went and picked myself up some Starbucks to drink. I just wanted to give a really quick update on the week for reading. I did finish reading Hell House by Alison Rattle and Allison Vale. And I mean, it was fine. I had mentioned before, it's not like a story, it's an account of several different, like, it's, you know, a lot of paranormal, like, stories and activity of things from all over the world. And so there's stuff in here from Africa and Australia, you know, just different places. And it was fine. Some of the stories were really interesting. There was a story in here, I don't remember where it was from, but somebody had been murdered in this house, like I think several people, and then the bodies had been buried and houses were built up around it or something. But anyways, somebody's face showed up on someone's kitchen floor, and they kept trying to, like, cover it and re-dig it up, but then the face would keep coming up, and then eventually, like, the whole part of the floor was, like, covered in faces. And so they did experiments where they set up cameras and they, like, locked and sealed the door to make sure nobody was going in and, like, making changes or doing things. But even with that, like, the faces would be different. Anyways, so some of the stories were kind of interesting, and I don't know, so it was fine. Again, it's not really the kind of book to rate, just because it's not, you know, it's not like a story of some sort, it's just accounts from hauntings around the world. So it was fine. That was the only thing that I finished reading. I don't know if I don't think I'm in, like, a reading slump per se, but this week, just getting my mind around reading in general has just been rough. I feel like I'll sit down to try to read, and I'll read for, like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go do something else. And it's not even like I'm doing something else that's super productive. I don't know. And I don't know if it's I don't know if it's the book I'm reading. I'm reading The Tommyknockers by Stephen King, and I am enjoying it. But, like, as of yesterday, I was to page, I think, like 216. So, like, I wasn't even halfway through the book, and I just was having a hard time, I don't know, making myself sit down and read. And not because it's not enjoyable, like, I'm enjoying the story, but just for whatever reason, wherever my mind is, I just haven't been able to get into the book. But then today, I sat down and read, like, over 100 pages, because now I'm on page 369. So I feel like because I read a bigger chunk in a row, I'm enjoying this book a lot more. I think part of it might be the book that I read before this, Needful Things by Stephen King. It was so gory, and I was listening to the audiobook, which that really helped, but it was also a long book as well, and so the audiobook was, of course, really long. So the whole week before, I was pretty much just listening to an audiobook. So while I was doing that, I would be doing other things. And so, like, I have a jigsaw puzzle that maybe I'll put a picture of it because I'm done with it now, but I have a jigsaw puzzle that I had got last year, before, maybe even the year before, but while my mom was still alive, but she had just been put in hospice, and I had this jigsaw puzzle that has a bunch of Stephen King book covers. And whenever I had first tried to work on it, I just couldn't, I wasn't focusing well. And I think it was because like my mom was declining. Like I think there was a lot of other stuff going on. But at the time I was like, man, this puzzle, like it's really hard because of the book covers. And, you know, I can't do it right now. And so I ended up putting it away. And because I had got all Stephen, not all, but most all Stephen King books for for April, I thought I would pull the puzzle out and work on it. So I was working on it while I was listening to Needful Things, and I finished it in like that week. And so, you know, my mind was obviously like I was in a better state of mind to work on the puzzle and listen to that story. But then this week, maybe just transitioning back from like listening to so much on the audiobook versus having to like sit down and read. I don't know. Maybe that's what did it too. But I think it was a combination of things. And then, you know, I just had kind of a busy week with stuff for school with my son because I made some changes to what we were doing. So we had a lot of reading and appointments and I don't know, just life stuff. And so maybe that was it. But like I said, today I sat down and read, I don't know for how long, but quite a while, read over 100 pages already. And so, I'm on page 362 and I think there's like 500 and some pages and, you know, it's only like maybe 3 o'clock and I don't have a lot to do today. So I may actually even be able to finish this book today. So I debated on doing a video now or waiting, but I thought I'm going to do it now just because if for some reason I don't finish the book, you know, I haven't waited to record this. And if I do finish it, it's fine. I can add it to next week's. But I think after I finish this book, because the other book that I have is also another really long Stephen King book. And so I also have The Practice House left to read for April, which is on my Kindle app. And while I'm not a huge fan of reading off of my Kindle, I think I want a little bit of a break in between my Stephen King books before I pick up the last one. I will say this one is not gory, which I'm appreciating, and I'm enjoying the storyline and everything. So it is good. I won't say a whole lot more about that at this point, but that is kind of where I'm at. It's been a really slow week for reading. I'm hoping that next week will be a little bit better because it feels, I don't know, I just feel a little off sometimes when I'm not reading as much as what I'm used to. And like I said, it's not for, you know, it's not like my anxiety was bad. It's not for some reason like that. I think it was just partly life stuff and partly coming off of an audiobook with Stephen King that was so gory. I think my brain needed a little bit of a break too. So anyways, for a little while, I'm now just going to sit out here and enjoy the rainy weather and enjoy not having, you know, a child need me every 5 seconds and drink my coffee and read some more and just, like I said, enjoy the weather. It's kind of chilly here today. It's been in the 80s the past few days, and then all of a sudden today, like, it was 50 and 60 degrees out for our high, I think. So I had to run the heater in the car and everything when I left to go get my coffee. So important things. Anyways, I hope you all had a great week. I hope you have a great week coming up, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye.